It's Christian's Man Channel, where we're learning how to be a man in a Christian's world. This week we're going to be talking about a quality that men need to possess that's very important, and that's called leadership. And all great leaders take responsibility. You remember Captain Kirk on Star Trek VI, where the Klingons were blaming him for the death of the Chancellor? And when they're going through the trial, they got to the very end and asked James T. Kirk, says, "Are you responsible for all the actions and the conduct of the members of your crew?" And he said, yes. He was taking responsibility. That's what great leaders do. This is a really big quality. A lot of the self-help books I've read over the years begin with this virtue of taking responsibility, because they realize that you can't change your life or make it better if you don't take responsibility for the things that you do. In my life, I spent a lot of time blaming other people for things going on around me, for stuff that I was making decisions on. For example, being husbands. When we get into heaven, God's going to ask us about the situation with our marriage. And if we stand there before the Almighty and just point at our spouse and just go, well, she did this and she did that, and she said this, and I would have done this if she didn't do that, that's not going to fly with the Almighty. And so what we're going to be responsible for in heaven is the decisions and actions we made. And so focusing on the 12 areas of our own personal lives, then we'll be able to take responsibility for those things. And then when we do that, more positive things are going to start coming out. So as human beings, when stuff goes bad and we know it's us, we naturally feel bad about ourselves. So we don't want to feel that way. So what we do is we go blame someone else, and then that shifts those bad feelings to somebody else. They're like, now I feel better about myself because it's all their fault. They're the ones to blame. And the problem is now you've just shifted control from yourself to them. Now the only person that can do anything about the situation you're in is them. So that's why a lot of these books that are out, when the first chapter is talking about taking responsibility for your actions, that's taking it back, because if you can hold on to that, even though it feels bad, and be able to look at the situations, then you still have control over that situation, and you can still make a positive impact on that. So the next time things don't go your way, don't blame other people. Take responsibility for your end of things. Focus on what you can control and let go and give God everything you can't control. And then you're going to see some amazing stuff happen. And you're going to become a fantastic leader.